Right, let's tackle these problematic areas one by one. Now, we were having a problem with the D. Remember, we were trying to insert an edge loop around here, and it was stopping here. And that tells me there's something wrong. Now, edge loops will only go round a whole quadded area. So it must mean that it's stopping because either there's a face inside, okay, or there's a piece of geometry that isn't quadded, and I can see it here. You can see this line coming across. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 faces. It's wrong. So if I press Control Z and I press the 1 key on my keyboard, let's have a look and see where we've got these problematic faces. So we've got one there. So if I double click this, I'm going to double click this as well, holding the Shift key, because I don't need that edge there. That's just an edge loop that I left on. There's one here, so I'm holding the Shift key, I'm double clicking, it'll take it right to the edge, and I've got one here, so I'm going to double click that. So that's my edges that are not supposed to be there. Now I'm going to go up to Edit Mesh, and I'm going to go to Delete the Vertex. Now I'm looking at my geometry and it looks clean, so let's try and put our edge loops in again. Edit Mesh, down to Insert Edge Loop, and now it goes right the way around, which is exactly what we want. So I'm going to bring that in a little bit now, okay, and I want to put one around this part as well, so I'm going to bring this in, and you can see that goes right the way around as well. It's perfect. We've got one on the inside, we just got to put that in there. Got to put one this side. We've got to put one this side just to hold that edge, that inner edge there, and of course we want one around the edge there, and probably around this outer edge as well. So that looks good to me. So if I press 3 on the keyboard now, let's have a look. Yeah, there we've got our bevels. Yeah, we've got a slight problematic area here. If I press 1 on the keyboard, let's go in and just see what's maybe causing that. It might be this piece here, this edge, which I'm just going to double click so it goes right the way around. I'm just going to move it down a little bit. I'm going to press 3 on the keyboard again. It's still there. I'm pretty sure that it is this edge causing problems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these vertices. Now this is just a holding edge, so it really doesn't matter where these pieces go here. So if we zoom in a bit, so these pieces here, these little vertexes, I can actually move them up like there. So what I'm trying to do is spread the distance. It's holding edge there, but I want to spread this distance here. So I'm going to do this the same with the bottom. I'm going to just come in and double check that I've got the right vertexes. I'm going to bring it down, and we're going to have a look at this edge now when I do it into press 3 on the keyboard. Now that's looking much better, but I've still got that little pinch. So because we've got that little pinch, it's causing problems. And the thing is, if we look at the bottom, we've also got a little pinch in there. But do you know what? I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to come back because at least the main part of it's done. So the next one we need to look at is the A. And actually we need to look at the V as well, because there's quite a lot of pinching in there. So we're going to be doing some more advanced things, like instead of just doing an edge loop, we're actually going to turn it into like a quad. So we don't have to have these great big edge loops running around the whole of the geometry, which we don't really need. We're just trying to hold the edges together. So if we can try and quad this area here and not have these going right the way down, it's not going to pull as much. So I'll explain that in detail in the next lesson, where we can go over. This is just fine tuning, but this will really help you. I know we're taking a bit of time with this logo and chuck it out much quicker than this, but we need to make sure that you're understanding the principles of how edge loops work and how they hold parts of the geometry together, and and you know, it's like a piece of cloth. If you've got too many tacks in there, it will look a bit stretched. So we're trying to work with the geometry so that it looks smooth and also is optimal for what we require it to do. So not too many polygons needed for each letter, as it were. So see you in the next lesson where we'll carry on refining these pieces.